Guess what? Alex Becker agrees with me. He says, wait for the euphoria. Biden will force a 50-point basis prior to midterms and fake a saved market. Market will go wild, bottom will be called. This is what the vast majority of the other YouTubers right now are screaming. The bottom is called. Well, it's not. You guys are just being fooled by all the politics and the news right now. But even Alex Becker thinks that the bottom is not. It's not in, and there will be a turbo nuke into the stock market, and everybody's gonna be. It's gonna be a bloodbath. But what's the overall, my opinion on how Bitcoin is gonna be trending? So we're gonna be using everything that we learned again from the previous video. So what indicator did we use last time? We used the relative strength index. So we're gonna do this right now. There we go. We're gonna change the setting from 14 to 19. There we go, and great. So we found the RSI. The RSI is climbing up, so let's just ignore that for now and look for the overall trend of the market. So I'm gonna go from here, and I'm using from this point to this point. So I'm gonna gauge that and see if I can get a nice trend line going. So I've hit that point, I've hit this point, and does it tell me? Wow, so we focused on this one and this point only, but it seems like the market confirmed with the final point on this side. So the overall trend of this line is accurate. But now we found the overall trend on the daily time frame, which means what? Each of these candles is a 24-hour time frame that was being traded for Bitcoin. So now that we found the overall trend, what do we need to look for? We need to look for our ceilings and floors. So how do I look for our ceilings and floors? I'm going to go back to, this is our current time history, present history. But for ceilings and floors, we're currently not at any of these levels here. So I'm going to go straight back to the previous history at the current price, So I'm going to use the previous line. And look, it seems like we've had a pretty hard rejection here. So I'm going to just guess and put a line here. And maybe up here, we've had a pretty good rejection up here. So I'm going to do maybe up here. Okay? So based off the current, well, in comparison to the current timeline, and when we're looking at the previous chart around the December 2020 time frame, Bitcoin was rejected at the 19,500 level, or let me see, the 19,900 level, and we've had a key resistance level again at the 22,600, 700 level. So we're going to use this from the previous chart and come back to our present chart and see if it tells us a pretty similar story. Wow. So we use this trend line as one peak, two peak, and it confirmed with the final peak. We went back to the previous history, and it seems like because Bitcoin is currently trading at the 2100 mark, and there is no previous history of where we can base that off of, so we go all the way back to the 2020 line. We found this key resistance level, we found this key resistance level, compare back to our present time, and it seems our present chart is currently trending at that level. Great. So now at the micro level, Bitcoin is going from here to here, and it's currently trending up. So what's our max, what would be our max gain that Bitcoin could possibly go up? I would say maybe at the 22, let's just be a little bit more conservative and bring this down up to here. All right, so it's going to be around the 22,400 mark. If anything, I would say Bitcoin has a max potential to reach up to the 22,400 mark before it goes down. However, my only other opinion right now is we have our major key resistance level, but we also need to look for our micro key resistance level. So we're going to use our immediate present history chart. Bitcoin is currently trading at 20,900. And look, immediately in our most recent history, we've had a previous floor here. And that might be our current ceiling at the moment. But in order to dig a little deeper, we're currently at the daily time frame. We're going to go into the 4-hour mark. And look, wow. Everything from the previous history it trends along with our current history as well. So this is how I usually kind of break down and dissect the market. We've had a key resistance level here based off of this level right here. This was our previous floor, which is now our current ceiling. So Bitcoin was rejected here and it's trying one more time. We've had lots of momentum with the long wicks up here, super long wick up here. So we have a pretty strong resistance level here. If anything, for this Bitcoin to start trending upwards, all the way up to the 22,400, I suspect that Bitcoin has to probably come down to here, maybe test this line a little bit more, do something like this, and then break out and keep doing this. That's the only way that I would see Bitcoin kind of going up. However, if this loses steam, it's just going to trend back here and then meet back down at the 19,800 level. But honestly, this is what I'm kind of looking at Bitcoin for now. But again, back to what Alex Becker said, the bottom is not in. There will be a turbo nuke, and I don't want my viewers to kind of FOMO in and lose their money. If anything, and you guys are shorting anything, I would recommend that you guys to short Bitcoin probably at 22,400, or wait until Bitcoin comes back at the 19,800 level before you start going long calls. However, the most optimal long trade, swing trading that I would recommend for buying Bitcoin level would be at the 1,800 level. So that's kind of what I'm thinking at the overall trend of Bitcoin. If it reaches a little bit more, I would say the max gain would be at the 22,500, 22,400 level before it comes back down to the 20K level. So if not, then it's going to come straight back to the 20K level, and then we'll keep maybe doing this for a while. But it depends on what market is saying. We do have FOMC November 2nd, so that's going to be extremely critical for both the S&P 500 stock market as well as the crypto market as well. So maybe I'll come back with the update version of the FOMC meeting and how I think it's going to translate to the rest of the price action for both Bitcoin in the crypto market and the stock market. So, all right. So guys, I try to keep this as short as possible. If you guys found this helpful, please like and subscribe and comment down below with any questions that you have. But it seems like Bitcoin is having a very big battle between the bulls and bears here, but we'll have a next update with the FOMC possibly next week as well. So, all right, stay tuned, guys, and thank you so much, guys. Thanks.